Okay, today we're going to have a little short video so I can show you something on the board and with paperwork that I really can't show so well during our Zoom meeting. Today we're going to be looking about how we can multiply a fraction by a fraction. Before we jump into the fraction work, I want you to remember back to what we did back with decimals, when we had a decimal times a decimal. So if I wanted 4/10 of 1/10, you think back to then when we said if I have a tenth and I want to take only 4/10 of it, a portion of a portion. Today we have a similar idea, but today we're going to take 2/3 of 3/4. So I'm going to demonstrate how we would do this using paper. Okay, so let's say I have a paper and I have divided up into fourths. I want to take 2/3 of 3/4. So the first step is to shade 3/4 of the paper. And as you all know, that means I'm going to shade 3 out of the 4 columns. So I'm just going to quickly shade 3/4 of the whole. Okay, so here I have 3/4 shaded, and you see that. But now I don't want the whole 3/4. If I was doing 1 times 3/4, it would be the whole 3/4. But I don't want 1, I want 2/3 of 3/4. So I'm going to take my 3/4 and break them up into thirds. How would I do that? I'm going to divide it horizontally now. I'm going to fold the paper into 3 sections. 1 and 2. I'm going to just use the marker so you could see it more clearly. 1, 2. Okay, so now I've taken my 3/4 and each fourth is broken into thirds. So let's try to remember. So our fourths are the purple columns. These are my fourths. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And then my green across are my thirds. Now I don't want the entire 3/3. I only want 2/3. So I'm going to double shade 1/3 and 2/3. Double shade. I'm going to take double colors. So here's going to be 1/3 2/3. 2/3 have been double shaded. So now how many boxes do we have double shaded? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 boxes. What do I name those boxes? Well, when I made thirds on top of fourths, I divided my whole into 12ths. Each square is a 12th. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 12ths are shaded. So 2/3 times 3/4 gave me 6 12ths. Now we know 6 12ths is not in simplest form. Divide by 6, divide by 6, and I have 1/2. And now looking back at our drawing, could you rearrange the double shaded pictures to be half? We certainly could, right? So looking at the numbers, just the equation without the drawing alone, what do you notice? You should have noticed they multiplied 2 times 3 to get 6, and we multiplied 3 times 4, and we got 12. That's really the whole thing. Just multiply the numerator times the numerator, and denominator times the denominator, 6/12, and then simplify. And that's how you multiply a fraction times a fraction.